Hey, Bills Mafia, San Diego. We're going to have some great times, some great topics, great discussions.
And now they go see that striking with Stevie. You getting the insights, the exclusive. And this is what it's about. They got to know this info.
You know, it's perfect, man. We were here making history in Oceanside at Frontwave Arena. I've been looking forward to this interview and this sit down. We're here with the commissioner, Todd Tryon. But before he was the commissioner, he was a player, right? Sioux City Falls or
Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls,
South Dakota, yeah.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And he was playing as a safety. And then was that 4 seasons? How many seasons did you play in IFL?
You know, I played five seasons. It's back in 2000, and then I transitioned to a coach. And then I bought the team I once played for in 2009. Ran that.
Slow down, boss. Slow down, boss. Wait a minute. So from a player's perspective, you going in to get championships. That's what we go for. That's what we work out for. But then where did that switch come to make you want to become, I say, coach or owner? You went into ownership or coaching first?
I went into coaching first.
Coaching first.
So the next transition was, you know, I started some businesses and figured it's time to kind of grow up a little bit and make some real money.
You started the business while you were in the IFL, or was it before?
While I was playing football, I used it to network myself and build my own brand and open the first 24-hour gym in the state of South Dakota.
Well, that's amazing that you are the commissioner, because you basically exemplify what these players are supposed to do with this platform. You utilize it to build more and grow more. Everybody may not get to the NFL, CFL, or to those higher leagues. However, everybody can have an opportunity at being able in a community. And it sounds like that's what you did, took full advantage of it. I would like to talk to Jonte. Jonte, you took this path also, becoming a player and now jumping into management. I know this is a great time for you to speak with Todd Tryon on this, so let us hear your experience.
I mean, this is a great experience. This is kind of a dream come true, you know, to be right here with Todd, you know, played against him multiple times with Strike Force in Sioux Falls, one of the best fans, as well as that being said, one of the best fan base in the IFL. And Todd, I want to ask you a question. You know, being that you went from player to owner to now commissioner, what are the new things and new steps that you're doing to bring the IFL into 2025, as well as it revamp as far as the indoor football league, as well as arena football?
You know, I think there's no secret to it. Anytime you're trying to build something special, you know, you want to create a culture that people want to be a part of. And, you know, that's all we're trying to do here at the league level now is, you know, we're really successful in Sioux Falls as far as, you know, winning championships and building a fan base. And it's because, you know, we're in the entertainment industry, really.
Right.
And, you know, we're throwing a big party like you guys are doing here. At some point, a football game breaks out. And that's really what we try to do in Sioux Falls. You take that and you do it at the league level and just start stacking bricks, keep working every day, and great things happen.
Todd, congratulations on the second longest season league, second longest league in years, next to the NFL, of course. What does that take, though? You know, what does it take? I know it's not an individual thing. I know you got a strong team with you. Would you like to give a shout out to your co-host, your right-hand men, and your team that helped you establish this IFL thing?
You know, yeah, first thing is my wife. You know, she's been with me 23 years through all this. And, no, she's my assistant. And she does some other things, but yeah, we got a small staff at the IFL, and you know, Eric Van Beek is probably my right hand man.
Nice.
Does all our graphics and videos and marketing and things like that. And Kaylee Shade, she's our social media gal and website, and Allison Norgard, she was all three of them were with me with the Storm. They were my Storm staff that we were able to transition into the IFL.
Yeah, I really love to give those shout outs to people, because a lot of people look at me and they think I put a lot of work in this, but it's a team. I have Jonte here with me. Same thing, you shout out your wife. You know, we couldn't do a lot without our missus involved. So I love the fact that you said that. And shout out to your social team, because that's what the game has come to also. These players taking advantage of their social media and utilizing that content. So that's very special to hear that coming directly from the commissioner. Todd, the championship in Las Vegas, the vibes of it. I know this is early in the season, but like what is that atmosphere like? You coaching in it 10 times, right? 10 times and winning it 7 times. What's that feeling? Is it like a home opener, or is it something totally different?
You know, as an owner, once again, you're putting on a show. And it's one of those things that at the end of the night, you know, the expectation is to win.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like, you almost don't even get a chance to celebrate, 'cause that's what the expectation was. And you know, you go home and you have a drink and high five your wife, and let's start building for next year.
Right back at it,
You're
huh?
always right back at it.
I guess that's what it takes to get seven championships. You know, I don't know if that's the record. Are you the record holder for championships?
You know, in the IFL we are, yeah. We and you know, back to what you're saying. I mean, we had an unbelievable staff. Coach Riggs, best coach in the game, and we had great veterans around us. And you know, for 10 years, just people kept coming back, and you know, you want to be part of something cool, and that's what we built.
Hey, speaking of something cool, this San Diego Strike Force, this Frontwave Arena is something cool. Now, with you having that connection with the Sioux Falls, do you have any like special nudge for those guys, or is balance for everybody?
You know, no, it's you don't get emotionally attached to
Okay.
anything. I mean, at the end of the day, you're trying to build a league, and you know, everyone's got to feel part of it. And you know, so no.
A part of building that league, let's talk about the fans and the engagement. I know this game is totally different with being able to touch the fans, talk to the guys, sit right next to them. But how about socially in the world? I heard there's a partnership going on. Would you like to expand a little bit on that?
Well, absolutely, yeah. We built our own platform. It's called the IFL Network.
Nice.
By Zayek. Their home here in Orange County is where they're from. And you know, it's something that, you know, we felt like it was a must to get off of YouTube and control our own content, because you know, there's a bigger step next. And you know, it's tough to sit here and take some hits that we take right now, and people don't know what we're trying to do. But there's a next move, and you guys are going to see it.
Indeed. Johnson and I was just speaking off camera about when you got something positive going on, you got to keep going. Just keep on going through whatever the naysayers are saying. Just keep going, because you know it's something positive and productive. And you heard it here first with the commissioner, Todd Tryon. Let's get back into the action with the San Diego Strike Force versus the Las Vegas Nighthawks.
Got our 4th and 3. Got a couple questions for you. All right, first question. Most memorable moment with a fan, doesn't matter what it was or where you played, we want to hear about it.
Most memorable moment with a fan?
From a fan as you played.
You know, as a player, it's always, I mean, when people are cheering for you, I mean, that's why you play, is to hear people cheer for you and say positive things. I mean, we're in such a negative world that people cheering you on. I mean, that's the coolest thing about sport.
Yeah. So what was your favorite moment, though? The moment that of a fan that sticks out to you the most?
You know, it's got to be the kids. It's got to be, you know, after the game, running up and they got a fresh ball, and it's you that they ask to sign it first. You know, I think that's always, you know, this game is so intimate, and you know, the fact that you'll go through 50 balls a game, you know, and you got kids just love seeing them smile and got that ball and playing catch after the game. That's what it's about.
Yeah, they love it. I love seeing that also. That's one of my favorite parts about the indoor war. I have a question for you. I love food. What's your favorite food spot that you've been to? Whether it's San Diego, Las Vegas, anywhere, do you have a favorite food spot?
That's a tough one. I'm a pizza guy. You know, I really like pizza, and so anytime I can find a good pizza spot, we were in San Jose the last 2 days, found a pretty good pizza spot there down there on the Market Strip.
Okay. Was it Steve's Pizza, by the way, or no?
What?
Was it Steve's Pizza in San Jose?
No, it was in the Market Square down there.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I spent some time out there. It was with the 49ers, and it was a Steve's Pizza in the Market. It was so good. So shout out to that pizza up there in the Bay Area.
All right, I got 2 more questions for you. This was a tough one. You ready?
Yep.
Other than Sioux Falls, who has the best fan base?
Arizona Rattlers.
Okay.
They do a great job. Anybody who tuned in yesterday's game, they probably had 12,000 people there. You know, my last season as an owner, 2019, Arizona Rattlers are undefeated, and Sioux Falls went there and 15,000 packed out place, upset of 56-53. That was my best sport moment.
Okay.
That was your next question.
All right, this is the last one. You ready? This is the last one. What do we need to see to get the Buffalo Destroyers in the IFL?
You know, it starts with ownership. You know, you've got to surround yourself with the right people. That's what it always comes down to. And then you need, you know, you got to have a good agreement with the arena. You know, you got to have an arena that wants you there. I mean, sometimes arenas just, you know, they want concerts. They don't want football teams. You know, and you got to have somebody who's going to operate it, who's going to run the thing, because I mean, these aren't easy to operate. This isn't your traditional business, and you know, so there's a handful of things that it takes to get yourself a team.
And you heard it here first. Teamwork make the dream work, and that's real, man. It's kind of cliche, but it's real. You got to have a right team for your infrastructure, and that's going to make the boat float. We live.
We striking. Share, subscribe, and pancake that like button.
Thanks, I appreciate your time. Love. Hey, yo, this segment is sponsored by 5 North Boat. We are striking with Stevie, and this is Off the Clips. I'm here with my brother David Barajas, the barber, and we live at Frontwave Arena in Oceanside. So look, let's get it started, man. So we about making history. I know my guy DB done made history coming from the bottom and been at the top. Now we here with the San Diego Strike Force, and they live basically at the bottom in Chula Vista, but now they at the top in Oceanside. How special is this to be in Oceanside bringing football?
It's super special. I got to meet some of the guys already. They're locked in. They're ready to go. This is exciting, man. For Oceanside, this is just about to take off. It's not even half of it, but it's about to take off.
I love to hear that you already connected with some of the guys. I was talking to them at the Olympic Center, and they wanted to get connected with the community. And I was talking with Mike Kerrigan and G. Sloan.
Okay.
And did you ever get to connect with them too?
Yeah, I was just with them in the locker room, you know. They were ready. You get a good haircut, you look good, you feel good, you play good, you know. And that's what it's all about.
How cool is that to be able to interview and get the guys fresh, and then you circle back and you watch them making plays out there on the field? How cool is that?
Man, it's incredible to just lock in and just to feel their energy as they're getting ready for the game time. Yeah. I feel like that feeling it's just, you can't explain it. You know what I mean?
So with this being the first game here in Oceanside, it's pretty special. Can you relate to that feeling of, all right, it's time to open up the shop early in the morning. This is our first person coming in, you know what I mean? This is our first game. Do you have those same type of, not nerves, but just, you know, being prepared?
I wouldn't, nerves will always be there, but I feel like it's always that just to get going. You know, once you get going, everything else is just natural. Everything else is just happening. You living in the moment. I feel like that's like the best way to describe this. And living in the present moment like we are right now.
Right.
Man, that's what I feel like. There ain't nothing you can explain to that. So
that's what it's about. So yeah, I know we live off the clips right now, but look, I wanted to give a shout out to Stay Fresh Barbershop and Ivy League Academy. Can you give me a little bit of insight on those guys? What's going on?
I'm glad they came out. I'm glad they came out, and it was great having them out here. I know weather conditions were a little bit, you know, they weren't the greatest, but man, they're one of the top schools out here, and then bringing the heat to the young ones, because they're the next generation coming up, you know. And even if, you know, it feels sometimes like, you know, there is some competition out there, but it's all for love, you know. We all got to do this and then come together and just be as a team, you know. Everybody, just show love to everybody.
Indeed. I love the message that they were getting out with the competition is going to breed greatness, you know what I mean, and success. And at the end of the day, the competition isn't to see who's better or not. It's just to bring people together, you know. It's just like sports, you know, where you compete to get better. And I love what's going on, and that's what we bring here to Oceanside, man. Aside from the football team, I know you connected with the basketball team and the football team. The Soccers, yeah. So how's that been?
Man, it's been great. It's been a great season. I feel like, you know, connecting with the players and getting to see how they're all individually, you know, super connected in their own way, and just being a part, you know, of their life, you know, and just getting that call or that text of like, hey, bro, you got time for me? To me, it's just the best feeling ever. You know, I know at some point I'm not going to be able to do every single player, but I also do want to build a team with Off the Clips where, you know, where if I can't make it, I got a high quality barber that's going to go and deliver the same quality that I do. And that just comes with trust. It comes with, you know, getting the team started. And I mean, it's all love, you know, at the end of the day.
We for sure striking, and they talking about Strike Force right now. I want to talk about seizing the moment. Me and you linked up at a G League Clipper game, and it was just about seizing the moment. Let me go talk and introduce myself. And one thing led to another, and now we're at the Palace Suites in Frontwave, cutting players' hair, doing everything that we manifested. How important is it for you to or for you to get that message out to people to seize the moment, you know?
I feel like God's timing is the right timing. They I go by two things. You can't buy effort and you can't buy experience. So at the end of the day, when God calls you and you got to do it, that's when you know you're locked in. You know what I mean? And I shout out to Josh. You know, Josh is my guy. He's the one who put me on, and he brought me to that game.
Yeah.
And he said, come down to the courtside tickets. Come enjoy some NBA, G League game, and then that's when me and you linked up. So shout out to Josh for actually being a big part of, us linking up. And now we're here with the Strike Force on game day opening, and
right.
Man, this is amazing.
Right, that's a testament to having even someone in the higher powers with a creative mind. So that's pretty cool to be locked in with someone like Josh. So shout out to Josh, man. Continue striking and doing your thing out here in Oceanside. You making big waves, man, from Olympic training practices to indoor beach volleyball, amazing things that's going on here. And now we bring in American football to Frontwave, man. It's beautiful. What I wanted to say as we continue striking, all right, my mantra is handle biz, have fun. My main thing is getting that out there, sparking the mind. Do you have anything that you would like to get out there to the world?
I'm going to shout out this to Municipal for having me and the sponsorship that they're doing for me right now, getting the players out, getting their brand out there. Dream, plan, hustle, repeat. You know what I mean? I can relate to that because, man, I hustle to be where I'm at right now. Nothing come easy, but at the same time, like, if you got a dream, you got to just keep going until it actually is happening and you're living in the moment. You're like, man, this is just more than a dream. You're actually living in the moment. You know what I mean?
And how important is it, like, linking up with people too? Like you can have your dream, but even having that tag team with it, you know what I mean? Because some people can be prideful and only want the fame or the success for themselves.
Yeah.
How important it is to work together also.
I think if you actually build a team and you have everybody that's on the same page, it's gonna lead to something bigger than just, settling with just your dream. Like, right. I feel like we're scared to share our ideas, but if you actually share your ideas, I feel like maybe somebody can be on the same boat, and then you guys can collaborate and make that dream even bigger, rather than just, being quiet or not saying nothing, that maybe you're scared somebody's gonna take your idea.
Right.
But at the end of the day, that idea can even go even bigger than what you even expected it to be. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
And that was my goal, was to cut professional athletes. And then when you and I linked up, you had a vision where you wanted to connect with the community.
Yep.
And we kind of exchanged those ideas, and now we're here giving back to the community, cutting up. Now I'm cutting up some of the professional athletes.
Right.
And it's just God's plan, honestly. I think at the end of the day, that's what kind of got us together,
Indeed. And not to mention, like in Buffalo. So I got a great community out in Buffalo. Shout out to the Bills Mafia. And I had a vision of having barbers coming into the locker room and cutting my teammates' hair. So when I heard you wanting to do that here, it wasn't far off to me, and I know a lot of people don't really think outside the box, but it's really important to have confidence in what your thoughts are. And I'm one of those guys that if you positive, go ahead and break the door down, ask for forgiveness later. And that's a testament of what we've been doing, and that's progress, and no disrespect, but that wasn't a question. It was just something I wanted to get out there, just to let people know, be able to speak your mind, because you never know who else is sparked to do the same thing. That's how we connected, so that's what it's about. We've been striking ever since, off the clips with it.
Off the clips, baby.
Oh, I got another question, man. We go, before we wrap this up, this is sponsored by Skin Integrity by B. I got a few questions. Sunscreen, do you wear sunscreen?
Yes.
Yeah. That's good. Hey, sometimes it's better than none at all. But that's what I want to. You need it.
That's what I said.
That's
good. It was
good.
a little cloudy, a little rainy, but man, if the sun was out, it's California. We gotta put on that sunscreen, bro.
Right. So I want to let you know before we go, even when it's cloudy, you gotta still put the sunscreen on, because them UV rays, they still come through.
Okay.
The missus got me on it, so I just want to make sure I spread that to everybody else. You know what I mean? And you guys out there, even though it's overcast, still apply that sunscreen.
Apply
Shout
that
out
on.
to Skin Integrity on that. I like it though that you said yeah. A lot of people be like, nah, I don't.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be real. I mean, that sunburn ain't no joke.
It ain't no
you know
joke.
What I mean, like, that's your skin. You gotta take care of it.
Sunburn and you being a male. A lot of us, we don't really talk about that. In us being athletes, we're out there in the sun all the time. You know what I mean? So I think it's just something that we can speak a lot more about, just about protecting, protection.
Of course. I mean, at the end of the day, you only got one body. You got, you got to take care of it.
Indeed.
I mean, we're all living in the moment, and if you're not taking care of your priorities, like your skin, taking care of your family and all that stuff, I mean, it's just sooner or later, like, it's going to get damaged. You know what I mean? So you got to take care of it.
Exactly. Way to stay on it, man. Make sure y'all keep striking. We'll be live with another episode coming up soon. Make sure y'all lock in with our socials at Off the Clips on IG, and you can find us on lookwho.tv.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Yes, sir. We are striking at Frontwave Arena in Oceanside, and I've been looking forward to this sit down because we got the man himself. Come on now, look at who we got here. We got the man Josh Elias.
Yes,
He's running
sir.
everything in the building. And how does it feel? I want to get to striking right now. This is history in the making. Pro football, the San Diego Strike Force here in Oceanside. How does it feel to be the man to bring it here for the people?
It's epic. I can't tell you how this feels to have football in San Diego again, right?
Wow. The home of Junior Seau. We got Oceanside High here. I just got finished interviewing one of the phenoms, Ezaya Tokio. And this is all because of the mindset. You have some type of mindset or vision to bring this here. Not only football, but I've heard about soccer. I've heard about you've invited me to a basketball games. Yeah, so like the transformation, indoor volleyball, sand. I don't know if you even know about this, but my son plays at Maranatha, and he was telling me about an event that he went to here. So you making waves all throughout San Diego, not just North County. Teamwork. Shout out to your team. Who else is there with you that's making this thing happen?
And this is a big effort. This doesn't happen. I mean, I've told a lot of people tonight, you're not making decisions right now. You made them during the week. This is game time. Everything's already been prepared and planned, but there's a massive team behind everything that we're doing here, guys. And, this doesn't happen with a great group of people that are completely committed to this venue.
Absolutely. Now, I know I said it's kind of light, but this is literally history in the making. How do you keep going with this, though? Like, how do you not sit back and say, I did it, I'm actually doing it? You just get back up and you handle more business. Like, what's that mindset, though?
And I get to do it again tomorrow. But, I mean, come on, guys. This is what we do for a living. I come here to go to work.
Nice.
Not everybody gets to do that. You're a former athlete. You understand that. You get to go do the thing that you love. Same with you and same with you. That's the difference between what we do and everybody else. You have to have a passion for it. Yeah, that's true. I get excited to wake up tomorrow and do it.
I want to strike on what you said about passion. And, being that you're from Escondido, how does it feel about bringing the passion of football back to San Diego? As you know, from the past couple of years since 2016, when Stevie was one of the last people on the Chargers team, how does it feel to be one of the forefronts of bringing professional football back to San Diego?
I mean, I don't know how it feels, but I mean, really look at the fans. That's what it's about is this. And then, this is a Monday night, rainy Monday night. You can almost fill the house here with football and everybody feels it. There's a vibe. And I feel great about it, man. I mean, but really, this is just the beginning of something very special here in Oceanside.
So, question. So far, you've been having a lot of events here. What has been the most memorable event for you as an owner here at Frontwave Arena?
That's tough because every time we have something new, it's a new experience, right?
Olympics, that first one.
You, Simone Biles being here.
That's amazing.
It was amazing. I mean, after what she did in the summer for our country, and for her to walk in this building and sign it for the first time, that to me will always be something I remember. And listen, I got to go down there a couple days before the event. She was here for a full week rehearsing and preparing for the show, and we gave them a little bit of an idea of how much this meant to us to have them here. Not just her, Jordan Childs, the entire crew. And to me, that's something I'll never forget, to be honest with you. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so my next question is, where did the name Frontwave come about?
That's our number one naming partner with Frontwave Credit Union. You know, this is a local credit union that saw this vision very early on. They were a part of this before we were even out of the ground. And to do that is something really new and hard, especially for a credit union. And we have the best partnership out of any venue here, I think, in California, you know, with Frontwave Credit Union.
Shout out Frontwave Credit Union.
Frontwave, yeah.
Shout out, man. I mean, these guys came in here and saw the vision. They had to believe in it with us. This is a private venue. Nobody helped us from the, you know, municipality, you know, from a cost perspective. City of Oceanside was great helping us build this, but it took a lot of people with a vision to be able to get it done. And Frontwave Credit Union was a big part of that.
Yeah.
Nice. I was looking around for Jim because I seen him in here in the Palace Suites. He's representing Frontwave Credit Union. So yeah, he's a great guy, him and his partner. So that's cool.
They're a part of the building.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably here more than I am.
Yep.
And I can remember when I would tell people about Frontwave, that was my bank when it switched over to Frontwave. Nobody really knew what Frontwave was or who Frontwave is. But now, man, with this arena, bro, everybody know Frontwave, dude. And it's crazy to see it here in Oceanside. To be honest.
Absolutely.
It's great to have local partnerships like what you're doing here, and you know, be a part of it, build friendships. And, you know, this is what it's about, right?
Yeah.
You know, we're all in business, but you know, there's a little something more to it than that.
Indeed. We're all helping each other out. Dante?
So, gotta ask you this. Now, you see three sports here. You know, you have the soccer. You know, you have football. Which one of these? I mean, you know, you own two of the teams. Out of the three, which one is your favorite sport to watch when you're in Frontwave?
We own one of the teams who run the Clippers, but I gotta tell you, you know, I'm a football guy. You know, so something special, you know, with football being here. I gotta tell you though, San Diego soccer, that 16 championships are over
Oh, wow.
in about a week.
Yeah.
And you got the San Diego Clippers back here in San Diego. And even if you're not, you know, from here, born and raised, if you live here, you understand what it means to have sport in this town. And I gotta be honest, all of them are pretty exceptional.
Man, you a trailblazer, brother. Proud to be in the same family with you right now. Yeah, looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah.
We want to thank Frontwave Credit Union, Josh, as well as Phil. We also want to thank Paula Starlight for letting us use their suite, as well as that being shared, subscribe, and pancake that like button.
Yo, we striking with Stevie, and we off the cliffs. We live with Oceanside's linebacker DN, star prospect Ezaya Tokio. Now, Ezaya, I want to get striking with you instantly.
Absolutely.
Look, what got you into playing football? Was it something that you already been doing, or did you transition from another sport, or did somebody put you into this position?
For sure, absolutely. You know, my parents, you know, they put me at a young age. You know, I wanted to play for them. And, you know, my passion is all for them. You know, everything I do is for them. Whatever they give me, I want to give them all back.
The mindset. Let's talk about the mindset then, because it's kind of hard to jump right into a sport unless you love it. You know, you're gonna go through certain things, but what's that mindset that you gotta have? And can you let the people know out there that type of mindset that you developed?
Absolutely. You know, for me, my dad put me in the sport. You know, my dad is a very hard guy, very straight, but, you know, I'm thankful for him because he's the one that got me here. But one of the ways he said that it's a dog-eat-dog world. So, you know, no matter what, you have to get your own. You're out there for yourself. Remember, it's a team sport, but remember, you want what's for you. You feel me? Absolutely.
Spoken like a true vet. Are you committed to anywhere right now?
No, sir, not yet.
UCLA. UCLA. Yeah. UCLA in the building. I mean, that's hard to pass up when you got a star like that.
For sure.
What you think? Is it high on the list?
Yeah, they on the list.
Yeah, they're gonna be number one real soon, baby.
So Stevie, we got to take an introduction. We got my guy Fendi, just got done at UCLA.
What up?
Mike linebacker / defensive end. Tell us, you know, being that was your senior year, what's your mind state as far as the combine, how everything's been going? What's the process been for you?
Yeah, man, it's been a blessing, man. I had a chance to train in Dallas for the Senior Bowl and then the combine and my pro day. But it's been incredible, man. Just being able to take the foundation I was built in high school with Stevie Johnson, man. and just take everything, take it day by day, and just enjoy the process and embrace it.
And being embracing the process, how have you been embracing the process of, transition from Mike linebacker to defensive end, which is kind of ironic because when you look at Izzy,
Yeah.
Izzy's a Mike linebacker, transition to defensive end.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how that's been for you?
Honestly, I would say for the most part, it's been pretty natural. I think looking at my body type and my size and the talent God has given me, it fits right into edge. Just having the motor, using my length, playing nasty physical ball.
You sound nasty. Just like you talk, you sound nasty.
Yeah, man, because I'm Mike. I was 255. It's a different day and age now. It's not the same type of game.
Right.
Well, Mike's is 260. They're about 220.
Wait, what Mike's is 260?
It's none no more. Back in the day.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, Mike's like 260. Mike's is like 230 now. 230, 240.
That's how it was, but we're not back in the day no more.
That's a DN right there.
Exactly. So moving down, it was pretty natural, and it was a money move, if you ask me. Yeah.
Makes sense. So, what did you run in the 40?
I actually didn't run. I was planning on running, but I had a little calf. So we just didn't run. It wasn't smart to, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Question about far as, we got kids like this, up and coming kids over there.
Yeah.
So how has the transition been far as now, like, they're sending you to private workouts?
Yeah, it's been dope. I think that's kind of why I was just telling Easy here, like, you got to build your foundation now because you can't get there and all of a sudden now you want to turn it on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to show. You can't really fake it. So building the foundation has helped me a lot to go out there and just dominate these workouts.
Any team right now that's your favorite that you're the Bills, the Buffalo Bulls. I ain't gonna lie, I do like getting the Bills. That blue and white.
My mindset been wherever the Lord sends me. You know what I'm saying? Wherever
Amen.
God wants me, it's gonna be perfect.
Amen.
Yeah.
Man, look, I wanted to jump in and tell you easy. When I first met Femi, this was about 5 years ago.
Absolutely.
And what are you, a junior in high school?
I was a junior in high school.
Junior in
Right
high
when
school.
COVID started.
Yeah, and what I noticed from him was it was a situation where somebody made a play on him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get upset at all. He was hungry for more info and more education, more knowledge.
Yes, sir.
And right then and there, I knew this kid got action at being something. And I kind of seen it from 4 years from now. And here he is with his opportunity to get into a training camp just to be able. You sitting here is pretty special right now. So I'm hoping that you can feel his vibe and understand.
Absolutely.
You keep your head to the ground, you'll be in the same situation that Femi's in, man. So this is beautiful right here, man. Just wanted to get that out there, man. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we want to wrap this thing up with our fourth and three.
4th and 3, Bills Mafia. 4th and 3.
Questions. You want to start off, or you want me to get it?
I'll start off. All right.
What's up?
Favorite fan moment that you had so far, whether it's high school, college?
Favorite fan moment. Honestly, I was at a Senior Bowl.
Senior Bowl?
Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama.
Why the Senior Bowl?
The whole week, or just the game?
Game day too.
The game day.
Game day, man. I had a sack. I had my first sack in the second half, and then I had another one. And like the whole game, they kind of was just yelling my number, my name, and it was dope to be in a whole nother city, whole different state. First time playing football, but they know who you is, so that was mad dope. Special for sure.
That's dope.
Yeah,
You gotta have the love of it. Some players, they don't really love going to those Senior Bowls because they feel like it's work, extra work. But hearing that is pretty special.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Easy.
So,
I love food.
yes, sir.
What's the food spot here in Oceanside? You the man at Oceanside High. What's the food spot?
Now, I got you right now. Look, it ain't a place. It's my family's business. It's called Tokyo Flavor. The best of the best food you'll ever taste in Oceanside, probably in the world. I'm not even gonna lie. Follow at Tokyo Flavor. I promise you, you'll love it.
okay.
Tokyo Flavor, baby.
Absolutely.
We gonna check that out for sure.
Yes, sir.
We striking. Hey, tune in, like, subscribe, and pancake that like button.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yo, we live. We striking with Stevie, and we off the clips here at Frontwave Arena. Yo, we here with a phenom, the 15-year-old Trevor. We here with the San Diego Rebellion here. We got our first dub was 2 days ago, right?
Saturday, yes, sir.
opened up the season with a big dub against Utah. Had what was it, 49 points to
It was 40-6.
40-6, 40 piece. That's how we balling out here in San Diego. We gonna keep it going with the San Diego Strike Force. But before we get to that, I want to shout out our socials. Make sure you tap in with Striking with Stevie at striking_Stevie13. Trevor, can you send out your socials so people can follow you?
Twitter is Trevor Zenno and Instagram is Trevor Zenno as well.
San Diego Rebellion is our IG, same with our Facebook.
Yo, we got the Naomi, the Juke Master in the building. Just popped up out of nowhere. How you doing, Naomi? I'm good, feeling good. Did you just come from a tournament or something? What's going on? Okay, MMA? Okay, getting that work in. So right now, you guys, this is Naomi, the Juke Master. She's the first lady of Club HBHF San Diego. One of the most skilled, talented young ladies that we've seen, and it's pretty special that we have her along with our Rebellion and our young phenom, Trevor. I want to talk about mindset. Trevor, I'm going to start with you. What's the mindset to continue this legacy of being a phenom at the age of 15? A lot of people don't want to put in work at that age. What was something or what was somebody that helped you continue that work ethic?
It would have to be my dad and Coach Jonte. And the mindset that helped me is I'm the best. You got to be number one in your head. And if you think that you're number one, then you're number one out there.
Nice. I love that. Now, the message to the Rebellion, are we talking as far as number one mindsets, we're better than you, or is it about building team and the rest will come?
So for us, it's about building team. The focus is on us and what we do and executing at the highest level possible. And when we do that, our standards are high enough that we'll beat anybody in our league.
Absolutely. That's what it's about, building that team and the rest will come.
Yes, sir.
Naomi, I want to get back to you on that work ethic, because you guys at the age of you guys, Naomi, how old are you, 14? 14 years old. And you're also a phenom. But where did that come from? Where did that work ethic come from? Was it a parent? Was it watching peers? Or was it watching people on television?
That came from my parents, mostly my dad. I think he really pushed me. And I think it's a lot of, like, my competitiveness that just, like, made me want to work out, you know? It's, like, made me want to.
Naomi, can you give out your social just in case for others to follow and understand your workout ethics and your mindset that goes into this success that you've built?
Can you repeat that?
Your social. People can follow you on social to understand your work ethic and see how you get down?
So what's your handle? I want you to say your handle. I want you to say your social media handle.
What does that mean?
Like, what's your IG account?
Oh, Naomi Lee, the Juke Master.
Naomi Lee, the Juke Master. And we here, this is a special day here with the San Diego Strike Force. This is history in the making right now. So the Rebellion got their dub. Right now we have 41-24. It's looking like the Strike Force will get a dub also.
Yes, sir.
That's going to make history in San Diego. What's the feeling of having pro football in Oceanside? Is that something special for you?
I say it is. It's exciting. It's a little dry, but it's nice to be able to see some hitting and some big contact and see these men playing for a sport that they love, that pushes me to want to be able to play harder, to be like them one day.
Nessie, I wanted to talk about fan engagement. What was your favorite fan experience last season on that run to almost getting to the championship?
I think for us, it's always been getting the girls who are just coming up in flag football involved. So this year we had a huge group of them at our fan night, our youth sports night. Last year we had them do an exhibition game at halftime. So I think for our players, it's engaging with the girls that are coming up in football and showing them that they can go as far as they want to go.
Indeed. And where can we watch the games at?
The games are all on Victory Plus. They're all live streamed, so you can catch all the action there.
Nice. And Naomi, I wanted to say, are you originally from California? No. Okay, so what's that transition like, being able to meet new people and playing with different teams? What's the mindset that you got to have?
I feel like it had a lot of impact on me, moving places, you know? But I see it as a new experience, like a new opportunity. So I've been definitely enjoying it here. So.
Okay, before we wrap this up, I love food. All right, I'm going to start with you, Naomi. I know that California is new for you, but what has been your favorite food spot since being here? Favorite food?
Food spot.
Planet Smoothie.
Planet Smoothie? Nice. Good selection. What about you, a vet out here?
Oh, my goodness. Favorite food spot. I just love the mix of Mexican food and seafood that San Diego has to offer. So I don't have one spot. I love the food out here. It's always fresh. It's always delicious.
Everything. That's good. Good. Gotta have universal. What about you, Trev?
So I'm a big guy. I like to eat. So I'm gonna shout out a buffet, Hundreds Buffet. It has all the food you want: seafood, meat, salads. So Hundreds Buffet, because I like to eat. I like to eat all that.
Nice. You heard it here first. And I'm gonna go with some pho. I'm gonna tap in with pho kadao.
Okay.
Vietnamese too, baby. I love it. You heard it here first on Striking with Stevie. We live at Frontwave Arena, and we got a legendary cast here. If you want to see more, make sure you tap in and look who.tv. And we out.